Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. What is up, ladies and fellas and fellow Deadlock addicts? Welcome back to History Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, and we are back with Shadow Specters this time, as well as Astral Pack 3. But the main set is going to be Shadow Specters, so as always, let's briefly take a look at what we're working with here. We have Ghost Tricks here, we have Melisverse, we have Battling Boxers. I think all of those we've seen a couple of times already. Not played it, but we've definitely seen them. More Ghost Trick stuff here. I think Ghost Tricks are periodically just keep getting more and more stuff now. And we then have Bujin, which I think we saw for the first time, I want to say last week, if I'm not mistaken. Also, it feels weird hearing myself this clearly because I changed the earpod caps on my headphones because the previous ones were they were so messed up, and these are different, made of different material, so they let sound through way more, so it feels weird, but that's not here nor there. But I think we saw Bujin's introduced last time, if I'm not mistaken, but they got some nice stuff this time, like Crow and Centipede. Miyazuchi is also another Beast Warrior to have there, which is neat. Mega Phantom Beast also getting a little bit more stuff here. We have Vampires here as well, as a Vampire Hunter there to, well, overall just be a decent way of dealing with dark monsters, because it just destroys them with its effect, and has a okay set line. Then we have, I think for a little while now we've been getting a Mega Monarch in each set, but Monarchs aren't the greatest at this moment for us, unfortunately. We have numbers obviously here as well. We have more stuff here. Alucard, actually a pretty important piece for Ghost Tricks, I think. Do they have Dullahan yet, or do they get Dullahan next time? I think they might get Dullahan next time, actually. Demon Dragonite Falgrand is cool, but probably not relevant for us here. Then we just have a bunch of stuff for all the different archetypes. Pot of Dichotomy here, so we have access to Pot of Greed. It's been a long while since we last seen that, but that's definitely something that I expect both of us to obviously play at 3 copies. Raven is an interesting Bujin card. Duke is, I think, even now good for vampires, because it gets you an immediate Xyz play. Obviously more stuff here for Noble Knights. I think Jeexx was talking about probably playing Noble Knights, he feels at this moment is probably the best Noble Knights are gonna be before Infernobles. Infernobles, obviously. White Dragon Bomber Blaster and Black Dragon Collapse Serpent also get introduced here. Obviously just really good generic, not generic, but easy access to, I mean, it's kind of generic playing lights and darks. Easy way to filter through your deck. So we have a lot, and I mean a lot of different archetypes. We have Ghost Tricks, we have Noble Knights, we have Bujins, we have Mega Phantom Beast, we have Melisverse, we have Battling Boxer. We have so many different archetypes available to us. And then in Astral Pack 3, obviously stuff that we've already seen a lot. Marstroke there is just a good generic rank 4. Tinky's there. The obviously Bujin deck can make use of that. Gallatin is here. Arfedutur, so if you want to play I probably butchered that pronunciation. If you want to make, if you want to play Noble Arms, but you aren't too pressed about this and you are struggling to get a like clean 2020 or something, like you can just throw this in your side and then have access to it that way. Joker the Spiritual is obviously very powerful. Then we have Swarm Scares and Swarm with Locust there. If you want to play like super slow, ways to pop monsters on spell traps. But other than that, like nothing really crazy in the Astral pack, but you know, it's still nice. I feel like the big thing is just like who's gonna be able to sack with pots the best, especially game 1. But yeah, that is the set, and I will see y'all in the deck. I almost said set breakdown. I will see y'all in the deck breakdowns next, so yeah. I don't know. I had a segue there. I lost my words, so I'll just see you there.
Okay, so Shadow Specters, right? Shadow Specters is kind of the end of Zexal. Like it's gearing towards the end. We from here on out have we only have Shadow Specters, Legs of the Valiant, and Primal Origin. Like we've been saying that we're towards the end of Zexal for the longest time at this point, but I think at this point even the anime was gearing to its finale. Like it was starting to call back to things that happened in the first season and whatnot. But that's not really the point. The main point is that Shadow Specters feels like it's where the power level of Zexal cards starts slowly going like up and up. Like even for example, archetypes such as Noble Knights have started to get stronger. Like there are still you need a Noble Knight and an equip spell to do anything, and that's kind of bad. Like you specifically need Mordred to go into to use a Noble Arm and then special summon another Noble Knight and so on. But that's they gained things that allowed them to be actually like quite strong. At this point, if these Noble Knights had existed when Dragon Rulers were a thing, I wouldn't have hated Dragon Rulers as much as I do currently. But even so, like certain extra deck cards that are starting to come out just feel like, wait, that's kind of good. Wait, that's kind of strong. And there's some cards, such as in the next set, which are evergreen. Like there are cards that are right now evergreen that we've been playing throughout like all of Zexal, which is like Utopia and Maelstrom. These two cards are honestly like evergreen, and the only reason why we don't see more Maelstrom is arguably because of the fact that we don't have easy ways of accessing it, because it's a Djinn and not in an easily accessible archetype. This time around we have Djinn Buster, which is a number, so it gives us all numbers and also all Djinns. We don't have any ways of summoning Djinn Buster ourselves, regardless of that. It's, you know, and also, like, this card has a decent effect as well. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can detach 2 materials and then negate that activation. Like, I get it, it's a rank 2 that needs 2 level 2 dark monsters and has a shit stat line, but it negates a monster effect for essentially free. That's pretty fucking good. You could do you can do way more now with 2 level 2s, but regardless, this at the time is kind of a shift. Like, it's slowly getting stronger and stronger. Every single card is getting scarier and scarier. But yeah, let us start off with some of the main deck monsters, as we have Black Dragon Collar Serpent and White Dragon Viper Burster, which I'm gonna basically discuss as one whole. Can be normal summoner set. Must be special summon from your hand by banishing 1 light monster from your graveyard, which a lot of our cards are light, so that's why we're playing through this. You can only spell summon 1 Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, once per turn. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 White Dragon Viper Burster from your deck to your hand. So basically the idea is that you can summon this thing by banishing a light monster, and then when this card gets tributed or sent to the graveyard through some other means, you get to add a Viper Burster, and then you get to banish the Collapse Serpent to spell summon the Viper Burster, and then do things with that. These cards are fairly good for like synchro plays, and these cards are also very good for something way later on down the line, as you can probably tell by the fact that both of these are at 1. But yeah. Then we have Noble Knight of Black Lancelot, which has the effect of you can send 1 light normal monster you control to the graveyard and spell summon this card from your hand or graveyard. You can tribute 1 Noble Knight monster, add 1 Noble Arms card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Noble Knight of Black Lancelot once per turn. You can only control 1 of these. So the idea with this card is that when it is on the field, it has certain effects that can target it that I want to have like access to, and I can fairly easily search it, I can fairly easily summon it, and so on and so forth. So I think overall it is worth playing. Lady of the Lake is specifically the card that I was thinking about when I added a Black Lancelot into this. It has the effect of can be used for synchro material monsters, except for the synchro summon of a warrior type monster. If this card is used for a synchro summon, banish it. When this card is normal summon, you can target one Noble Knight monster, normal monster in your graveyard, and special summon that target. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one level 5 Noble Knight monster you control, reduce its level by 1, and if you do, special summon this card from the graveyard. Which also works with Mordred, which also works with Lancelot on the field, and also works with Noble Knight Boars, who has the effect of this card is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field. While equipped with the Noble Arms equip spell, this card becomes an effect monster with these effects. This card becomes dark and its level is increased by 1. So it's a level 5 monster, so you can use Lady of the Lake to summon itself, reduce Boars' level by 1, and then do things. During your main phase, you can reveal 3 Noble Arms cards from your deck. Have your opponent randomly add one of them to your hand and send the rest to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Noble Knight Boars once per turn. Boars is honestly the point where I look at Noble Knights and think they became cohesive. Like, they have an actual playstyle now. They have things that they can do. Because earlier, before this, you would summon Mordred. You equip Mordred with an equip spell. You pop the equip spell with Mordred's effect when you special summon the Noble Knight, but then you re-equip the equip spell on... Ooh. Do you re-equip it on the Noble Knight that you summoned, or do you re-equip it on Mordred? If you re-equip it on Mordred, then you're gonna only end up with a level 5 and a level 4 on the field, most likely. Unless you summon Black Lancelot, which would be weird, because the fact that Black Lancelot can't really go into Artorias, the King of the Noble Knights, right? So they created Boars as a way of you reusing that equip spell immediately. And Boars doesn't destroy the equip spell, so the equip spell will stay on the field after you've activated Boars' effect. Now, Boars will add a equip spell card to your hand, so you can then equip the spell card to Mordred. And that way, you have 2 level 5s on the field again, which, as we just established, isn't very good. Except for the fact that we have Sacred Noble Knight of King Artorias. 2 level 5 Noble Knight monsters. When this card is XYZ summoned, you can target 3 Noble Arms, up to 3 Noble Arms equip spell cards with different names in your graveyard, and equip those targets to this card. Once per turn, you can attach 1 XYZ material from this card, then target 1 other monster on the field, destroy that target. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, for any reason, you can target 1 level 4 or higher Noble Knight monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. So, not only did they give Mordred an amazing target to go into that searches for 3 Noble Arms spell cards, of which you get, or Noble Arms cards, of which you get 1 in hand and 2 in grave. And then you get to use the one that you got in your hand on Mordred again. You get to XYZ summon a card that then re-equips all 3 of them. But you also get the opportunity to chain block the Sacred Noble Knight of King Artorias by activating his effect and then activating the Noble Arms that went into the graveyard when you XYZ summoned to chain block it. So you don't even have the chance of your opponent just negating the effect using something like Divine Wrath. And that's crazy. Like, this is a legitimately really strong line of play for Noble Knights to have access to at this point. And then on top of that, they also have an effect that says you can target 1 level 4 or higher Noble Knight monster in your graveyard and special summon that target if this card is sent to the graveyard. The only way that would be better is if you could activate these to... If you could activate the Noble Arms without having any warriors on the field. Because at present, if Artorias dies, all the Noble Arms go to grave, and then you get to special summon using Artorias. But because of the fact that you had no Noble Knights on the field when Artorias died, you don't get to re-equip them all on Mordred, for example. So you still need to keep at least 1 Noble Arms card in your hand to be able to use Mordred. But yeah, I think this is a really, really cool line of play that allows a lot of access to either Noble Knight, Sacred Noble Knight of King Artorias, or even Artorias, or all rank 4s, really, because you don't need to play rank 5s. You can also go into any rank 5 you have access to, such as Volcasaur. Volcasaur is really easy to go into now because Boars and Mordred are both level 5s. And then there's, of course, the chance of even making synchro plays using Lady of the Lake to go into Ignoble Knight of High Lancelot, which requires one tuner and one or more non-tuner Noble Knight monsters. When this card is synchro summon, you can equip a Noble Arms spell card from your deck to this card. Really good. Again, like it lets you search for any Noble Arms card when it's summoned, and that's Lancelot's effect as is, which means that this card is already like arguably better than Lancelot because Lancelot just adds it, but this card just automatically equips it, which is also something that might come up. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroyed a monster by battle and sent it to the graveyard, you can try to add one Noble Knight or Noble Arms card from your deck to your hand. You can only control one Ignoble Knight of High Lancelot. So the thing is, again, this is Noble Arms card, same as Boris, and these two cards like are future proofed. They already had ideas for the next set. Like the next set was probably already like being drafted, and they just went like, "What if we just said card, guys? What if we just said card? What if we just said card instead of spell? What if? Hear me out, fellas. Hear me out, fellas." But yeah, and even this, like really even this. But yes, then we have Gawain and Mordred. Mordred we've already discussed. It's normal monster on the field if it doesn't have an equipped card. If you equip it, it becomes a dark. Its level is increased by 1. Once per turn, if you control all the monsters, you can spell summon a Noble Knight from your deck and then destroy the equipped card. Vavir Burster is Collapse Serpent, but light Artorigus, normal monster, MSTs, Erndai, Caliburn, Excalibur. Noble Arms Excalibur. Equip only to a Noble Knight monster. This is the only Noble Arm that can only be equipped to a Noble Knight monster. During your turn, except the turn that this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish. The main effect of this card is it cannot be targeted by the equipped monster cannot be targeted by an opponent's card effect. So, just straight up, you have destruction protection, you have billion attack, and you have targeting protection. What do you do, bro? What do you do? Deep Prison doesn't work anymore, bro. Fuck you. And then the second effect, which I would even argue is more powerful than the first. During your turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Noble Knight monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck one Noble Knight XYZ monster with a different name by using that target as the XYZ material. That effect is really powerful because it allows you to climb from Artorigus to Sacred, or from Sacred to Artorigus, depending on the situation. And you can even do that like more than once in the entire duel. And then there's also the fact that we, of course, in the future, gain access to Custennin, which also has a really powerful effect that you can use really well with Excalibur. But yes, so we have Gallatin, which is a 1000 attack boost. Caliburn is 500 to boost and destroy set cards. And then we have Noble Arms of Destiny, which I don't think we've talked about yet because we haven't played Noble Knight since this card came out. You can only control one phase of Noble Arms of Destiny, just like all the other ones. Except for this card for some reason, which is kind of strange because you would expect this card to be the one that there's only one of, whereas all these other ones could, yeah, whatever. Equip only to a warrior type monster. Once per turn, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by battle card effects. If this face-up card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one warrior type Noble Knight monster you control, equip this card to that target. You can only use this effect of Noble Arms of Destiny once per turn. So, as you might have noticed, Excalibur doesn't re-equip itself. It has a graveyard reuse effect, but unlike all the other Noble Arms, it does not come back. Then we have Dichotomy. Part of Dichotomy is the effective at the start of the main phase. Of your main phase 1, target 3 monsters with different types in your graveyard and shuffle all 3 into the deck and draw 2 cards. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. This card is kind of irrelevant for me. I can activate it if like things happen to line up perfectly, where I have some XYZ cards in the graveyard, or I have all 3 monster types that I have in my main deck in the graveyard. I can use this to shuffle 3 to the deck and draw 2, but that's unlikely to be relevant because the fact that my deck is a battle phase oriented deck, so more than likely this will just get sided out. Now the reason why this is in here is because of the elephant in the room that I don't think we need to really address at all, because it's, yeah. Swords of Dawn, target 1 equipped spell card in your graveyard and 1 appropriate monster on the field. Equip the equipped spell card to that monster. Destroy that equipped spell card during your main phase. If you activate this card, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn. You can only activate 1 Swords at Dawn per turn. This card sucks. Like flat out. This card is shit. I don't think it's really worth playing. The main reason why it's here is just to fill the quota. Burst Rebirth, you pay 2,000 life points, then target one monster in your graveyard, as well as summon that target in face down defense position. This is mostly here for, oh, it's the end phase. I need something on my board for next turn to do a play. I am going to use Burst Rebirth in my opponent's end phase to summon Mordred face down, go to my turn, flip summon Mordred, equip a spell card, and then do stuff from there. And if that doesn't work out, if Mordred gets popped by Bottomless or something, Bottomless is in the set, but regardless, we can then just go and maybe normal summon another Mordred or normal summon something else and go from there. But yeah, we have another Black Lancelot in the side deck. We have Jaugen, the Spiritualist. You can discard one random card from your hand and destroy all spell summon monsters on the field, and neither player can spell summon monsters. Really powerful card, like legitimately. Especially when you consider the fact that we're currently at the point where every single monster tends to be spell summoned. Dristan, while you control another Noble Light monster, your opponent cannot target your monsters with less than 1,800. Your opponent cannot target your monsters with less than 1,800 except this card with card effects, and their monsters cannot target them with attacks. So just in general, your opponent can't do shit, except if you target this thing. And then of course, you can make it so that Dristan is untargetable. Thus, your opponent can no longer target any cards on your side of the field. If a Noble Arms equipped spell card becomes equipped to this card, target one face-up card on the field and destroy that target. It's also a fairly good control tower. You just play Dristan attack, you play Excalibur on it, your opponent can't target stuff anymore, you pop a card on their field, and then you equip Destiny on Dristan. And then if Dristan also needs some battle protection, or more battle protection, you equip a Galatine on him, and then you just sit on Honest in your hand, and if your opponent decides to swing for a gazillion damage, you drop an Honest during that damage calculation, and then suddenly their entire game plan is like folded, and they can't do shit. Another MST, and more Caliburns, Galatines, Pot of Avarice, because we can play Pot of Avarice in this, just because, in case it comes, in case it becomes relevant, like for no other reason is it here. Lancelot, we talked about this, we talked about Torgus, equip 3, pop spell traps, Maestro, again, rank 4, 2 level 4s, put a card in face on defense. Number 104, Masquerade. 3 level 4 monsters. During either player's battle phase, when an opponent's monster effect is activated, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, negate the activation, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent. Once per turn, you can send the top card of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. This thing is good. Like, really good. Like, no joke. When you think about the fact that it's a 2.7k beat stick, first off, that's pretty good. It's a light spellcaster, so Honest works with it, for example. You can usually use Honest to protect them. But not only does Honest work really well with it, any combat tricks your opponent might have are just fucking moot. They don't do shit unless they're like spells. Like, and even then, more than likely, they're like, for example, if Sith Scarecrow doesn't work, Ghost Tricks don't work. Ghost Tricks aren't really relevant right now, but like, even if your opponent tried to activate Ghost Tricks on this, you can negate them. Bujins are in this set. Bujins just get completely ass blasted by Masquerade because the fact that you can negate all your combat tricks, and that whole archetype is pretty much combat oriented, just like Noble Knights. But yeah, Masquerade is really good. The only difficulty with it is getting to it, because you would need something like Mordred on the field, and you need to use Boris. You need to use Mordred to summon something that isn't Boris, and then you need to summon Gawain. And then you XYZ summon this using that. Or you could even go to Shockmaster if Shockmaster was still legal. But we specifically chose to ban Shockmaster. And I think this was the perfect timing for that, because Masquerade is a really good alternative for what we want to use Shockmaster for, to a degree, outside of just like, you cannot play the game. Because Shockmaster had the ill-intended, well, not ill-intended, it was clearly intended by Konami to make it so that the game can't be played. But with Masquerade, it at least gives you protection from combat tricks that are specifically monster effects, and I think that's something that might come up as this series progresses even further. Giant Hand, when a monster effect is activated on your opponent's field, you can attach 2 materials from this card and then target one effect monster your opponent controls. While this monster is face up on the field, that effect monster's effects are negated. Also, it cannot change its battle position. This card is really good too. Actually, this card is really good. It's not arguably as good as Masquerade, because Masquerade can negate 3 effects, whereas Giant Hand can negate any monster that is face up on the field. And Masquerade can also negate any effect anywhere, right, rather than just on the field. But yeah, this card is kind of interesting because I can't think of many cards up to this point that specifically have effects that work on cards on the field and just on the cards on the field. So yeah, it's kind of cool in a way. And it's also a hand. There's two of them for a reason, so you can grab grab things. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna be playing this much from here on out, mostly because the fact that we get like Shark next set, and Shark is a better version of really negating cards, but it's still a good toolbox card overall. Like I feel like Masquerade, Shark, and Giant Hand, and like Maestro to a degree, are all cards that really start shaping up the toolbox for rank 4 stuff, and overall towards the end of Zexal, that became more and more of a thing. Utopia, Volcasaurus, level 5, 2 level 5, or rank 5, 2 level 5s, 2.5. You can detach 1 extra scimitar from this card and target one face monster your opponent controls, so you sword that monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's attack. Original attack, this card cannot attack directly this turn. That's important. It can still attack, but not directly. Gin Buster, we talked about this. Another Utopia Ray, and we talked about Sacred Nobleland King Artorigus as well. But that about doesn't. This is a pretty good deck overall. I'm really excited for this match. I sincerely hope that these matches are gonna be good. Or these duels are these rounds are gonna be good. Good luck with the games.
What up, guys and gals, and welcome back. And here's the deck we're going to be playing today. And just to disclose some information, I recorded a deck breakdown, and then we played the matches, and then I realized there was something that I really want to talk about with my deck breakdown. So this is recorded post the games that we played. Just because I feel like there's one part about this that I actually really want to talk about. And also, no cam, the weather has been getting increasingly like more and more and more hot as the week has gone on, and by the time I'm recording this, it is so hot, and bro, I can't be asked to wear a shirt. I don't think YouTube would mind, but I don't think my face adds enough in the deck breakdown to be there where we need to have me in my shirtless cam. So no game for this breakdown, but let's regardless take a look at the deck and see what we're working with. So we're playing Bujins. Bujins are an archetype that I've been interested for a little while. I just think they are visually very cool. The playstyle is interesting because it's kind of like you're protecting a piece, which is Yamato, that we'll cover first. You're kind of like, you just have this normal monster that you're just trying to protect to get more and more value, and the value is also like getting pieces to protect them with. So starting us off is Bujin Yamato, who's the cornerstone of the whole deck. A beast warrior, where once per turn during your end phase, oh Jesus, people are doing construction, so sorry if there are occasional like really loud outburst. But yeah, once per turn during your end phase, you can add a Bujin monster from your deck to your hand, and then send a card from your hand to the graveyard. And a lot of the Bujin stuff, all the Bujin stuff is focused around protection via different effects, and a lot of them have a graveyard effect. So this is where all of this stuff comes in. 3 copies of Yamato, obviously this is the card that we always want to be finding. Then we also have 2 Bujin Migazuchi, where when a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control is destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to your grave, you can spell summon this card from your hand. So basically, if Yamato gets popped, then we at least get Migazuchi instead. And then once per turn during the end phase, if a Bujin monster was sent from your hand to the graveyard while you control this face card, you can add a Bujin spell trap from your deck to your hand. There are only a couple that actually want to be in your hand and have their effects be you sending them from hand to grave. But obviously, if you just add something by Yamato, the Migazuchi also works. So if you have both of them, then that also works. Also, Yamato and Migazuchi both have the same condition where you can only control one. Then we have Black Dragon Collapse Serpent and White Dragon Wyver Burster. Both have 2 copies. All of our stuff that we're playing are lights, so it's an easy way to get Collapse Serpent on the field. I was thinking of playing like 3 and 2 or 3 and 3 Collapse Serpent, and 1 Wyver Burster, but I ended up going with, let's just play 2-2 and see how that goes. Both of them are a similar way. They cannot be normal summoned or set, and must be spell summoned by banishing the opposite, where Collapse Serpent banishes a light and Wyver Burster banishes a dark from your grave. And then you can only spell summon them once per turn, and then if they're sent from the field to the grave by any means, you can add the other to your hand. Just some like nice bodies to get on the field like pretty easily. You can make obvious rank 4 plays with these, and they thin out your deck. It's just overall really neat. Then for the Bujin lineup, which are the different spirit animals that we use to protect our bigger beast warriors. So starting us off, we have Bujin Crane, which has a hand effect where doing the damage calculation in either player's turn. If a beast warrior type Bujin monster you control battles an opponent monster, you can send this card from your hand to the grave to make the attack of your Bujin become double its original attack during that damage calculation only. Obviously, Yamato becoming 3600 and Mikajutsu becoming 38, they get absolutely massive and they can basically just beat over anything like that. So obviously just like super good battle protection that way. Then Bujin Turtle, where doing either player's turn, when a card effect is activated to target a Bujin monster you control, except during the damage step, you can banish this from your grave to negate the effect. Just some nice effect negation. Especially like against stuff, if I'm thinking the context of the episode, like Mecha Phantom Beast obviously having access to Draco Sack, like Draco Sack's pop effect, you can negate that. You have, I think it was Sacred, whatever was the rank 5 Artorigus, also has a pop effect, like being able to stop stuff like that is obviously very neat. And it's not even a monster effect, it's any card or effect, but it has to specifically target, which makes it a little bit more specific, but it's still very good. Then we have Bujin Quillen, where if you control Beast Warrior Bujin monster, you can banish this card from your grave and then target a face-up card your opponent controls and destroy it. Any face-up card, very good, once per turn. And then Centipede, exactly the same thing, but instead of face-up cards, it pops spell traps. Then we have 2 Crow. We have a third one in the side as well, wherein a Crow is when a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control is targeted for an attack by your opponent's monster, you can send this from your hand to the grave to negate the attack and burn your opponent for half the attacker's attack. Once again, just battle protection. Obviously, Crane is a little bit better because assuming your opponent monster isn't battle immune, it then just most cases gets destroyed unless it's something that has like 4000 attack. So a Crow is nice for those, but also it just some nice burn effects. Then we have Raven, one in the main and another one in the side. When a Bujin monster you control destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster sent to your graveyard, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to destroy the opponent's monster. In hindsight, I probably, like, I don't know why I have had, like, in my deck, like, 2 Crow and then a Raven here and then one of each here, because obviously I would never really want my stuff to get destroyed. I would rather protect it with Crow. So this should be a third Crow, and then I should just have 2 Ravens in the side deck in case I feel like I want the extra battle protection. But that's not the main thing why I wanted to do this later on. We'll get to that very shortly. As for the spell trap lineup though, we have 3 MST, obviously. MST, just very good. Bujin Garnation, add 3 copies, where if your opponent controls monster you control no monsters, you can target a Bujin monster in your graveyard and one of your banished Bujin monsters, and use special summon both targets, and then they cannot be used as an XYZ material for an XYZ summon except for the XYZ summon of a beast warrior, or winged beast monster. Obviously, Turtle and Quillen and Centipede all banish themselves to activate their effects, so that's how you get those banished. And a lot of the times, like, especially early on, you're going to be just having Yamato, or if your Yamato gets popped, then Mikasuchi. You're just going to have the one card on the field, and if they get through that, then obviously you're left with nothing, and then Bujin Carnation comes into play there. Then we have 2 Bujin Regalia Tamura and a third one in this side as well. At the start of the main phase 1, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, and you control a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster, until the end of your opponent's next turn, spell traps and their effects cannot be activated. And the reason why I was running this in the deck was, obviously it's just good to slow your opponent's back row down, but the thing that I was, obviously by the time I was making this deck, I didn't know that Jeexx was gonna be playing Noble Knights. I mean, he had hinted at it, but I like didn't know for sure. Obviously now I know, and you know, since I always have like Jeexx's deck breakdown, unless I mess up something in editing, should be before this, so we both know that Jeexx is playing Noble Knights. But obviously when I made this deck, I didn't know that. Ended up being obviously good because the whole reason that I had this was Noble Knights play kind of similar, where you like go into the XZs and then you stack them with a bunch of the equips and you just play protect the castle with that. The issue with the matchup is they're gonna have something like Artorigas or like Sacred Knight Artorigas or the other one of the Artorigases with like 3-4 equips to it, and it's gonna be like 3,500 or something crazy like that. And then we're gonna have a bunch of effects where we have a single Yamato sitting there, and then are like, okay, well, hopefully we can protect this. So it's essentially, it's a very similar deck, but it's just so much better. And obviously, mirror stopping my opponent from using equips in most cases. Let's just say that a unprecedented situation happens in the games that makes this questionable, but you'll have to wait and see for that. But yeah, the idea here is like obviously it slows your opponent down because they can't use their spells or equip anymore, which is very neat. But it's good in most matchups. But the biggest reason why it's here is because I was just so afraid of the Noble Knights matchup, and that's why the third copy is here. Like okay, I'm probably maxing out on this FG's on Noble Knights. And then we get to the whole reason why I wanted to remake the deck breakdown. So in the main set of Shadow Specters, we have Pot of Dichotomy. At the start of your main phase 1, you target 3 monsters with different types in your graveyard, shuffle all 3 into deck, and then draw 2. You cannot conduct your battle phase turn, you activate this card. And obviously, we have Beast Warriors, we have Dragons, we have Beasts, and we have Winged Beasts. So we can fulfill the condition of this. We don't want this. It's gonna be so hard to get to it. The only reason we have it here is so we get access to Pot of Greed, and by extension, we would also get access to Pot of Duality, which I completely forgot about when constructing this deck. I was literally just like, like hyper focus on, oh yeah, Pot of Dichotomy gives me Pot of Greed. And I completely forgot about the other pot cards. And Pot of Duality, like overall just a very good card. But especially in Bujin, this card is really good. Because what Pot of Duality does, we've seen obviously it multiple times before, but I'll just read it for a refresher. You excavate the top 3 of your deck and add 1 of them to your hand, and after that you shuffle the rest back into your deck, and you can only activate 1 per turn, and you cannot special summon during the turn you activate this card. Bujin doesn't care about this. Like early on, we just want to normal summon Yamato and just set some back row probably, and that's gonna be it. If we can use Pot of Duality, because we want Yamato always. If we didn't have Yamato, like our plays are super limited, so if we can use something like Pot of Duality to actually get to Yamato more reliably, or if we have Yamato, just get the better pieces, like get something like Crane or even stuff like Crow to hand. Like it's really, really good. So I completely forgot about Pot of Duality, and it would have been such a good addition to this deck. And like a single brick giving us access to 3 Pot of Greed, 3 Pot of Duality would have been so crazy. And that's why I wanted to remake this, because I was thinking of just adding a editor's note to that, but I figured like it was big enough to be like, yeah, you know what, I'll just talk about it. So yeah, Pot of Duality and obvious like super big oversight. Like I would assume like if you want to look at the decks of the time, like I would assume that Bujin decks probably play Pot of Duality. It's just such a good card for Bujin. Assuming it wasn't like limited or banned at the time, which I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But for the rest, we have 3 Bujin Regalia of the Sword, where you can either target a a Bujin monster in a grave to add to your hand, or target one of your banished Bujin monsters to put it back in the grave. It's just very good, because we can use this to get Yamato back if Yamato gets destroyed and then we need to go back to it. We can use that something like Crane or Crow back to our hand to use it again. We can use it to throw Turtle, Quillin, or Centipede back to the grave from Banished Zone. It's just super flexible, and it just does a lot for the archetype deck. And finally, we have one Bujin Fidel, 2 more in this side as well. We attribute a beast warrior type Bujin monster to target a different named Bujin monster in your grave to special summon the target. The problem is that, because it's only beast warrior, it's basically like, okay, we get Mikazuchi because Yamato gets popped, then we can pop Mikazuchi with Bujin Fidel to get Yamato back. It's not great, but it's there. And yeah. As for the side deck, we have 2 Mind Stroke. We've seen this multiple times already. This is from the Astral Pack. We have 3 Jog the Spiritualist. This is so funny because this is here like, yeah, I was like literally, yeah, I don't care about special summons too much. Probably will care about special summons less than what Jeexx does, assuming he plays anything but Bujin. But then I completely forgot about duality. God, I hate myself. But yeah, Jog the Spiritualist, you can discard a random card from your hand to destroy all special summon monsters on the field, and then neither play against special summon monsters while Jaugen is on the field. Obviously, it can be beat over by anything, but still being able to stop special summons, pop all special summon monsters, extremely good. Especially against something like if Jeexx plays something like Mecha Fencer Beast that summons a lot of tokens, being able to pop all the tokens, pretty good. Obviously, a lot of the cards have protection from destruction if you have tokens, but it's still neat. Also stops them from summoning more tokens, which is neat. 2 Vampire Hunter. This is just here if like there's a like weird strategy regarding Dark Monster, and we just need they like protect themselves from being destroyed by battle or something. We already covered these. And then finally from the Astral Pack we have 3 Tenki. Obviously very good. It's just you add a level 4 lower beast warrior monster from your deck to your hand. This just helps us find Yamato, which is what we always want. So. As for the extra deck, we've seen, I'll cover them. Dragluon, we can summon it. It's literally here just to get us access to numbers. And then we have 3 Blackshear Corn. I've talked about this multiple times already. We have 3 Utopia. We've seen this plenty of times. We also have 2 Giant Hand. We agreed last time that we're going to stop playing Shockmaster, so that's why it's no longer here. It's just such a boring and degenerate card, so we'd rather just not play it. Giant Hand, take a generic rank 4. When a monster effect is activated by on your opponent's field, you can detach both materials from this card as a quick effect to target an effect monster your opponent controls. And then while this monster is faced upon the field, that affects monster's effects are negated, and it can change its battle position. It's just a one-time neat disruption. As for the Bujin extra deck cards, though, we have Bujin Day Susanoo, which is probably the one that we're going to be going into more. Takes 2 level 4 Bujin monsters, and then can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. And once per turn, you can detach 1 Exist material from this card to take a Bujin monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to a graveyard. Very obviously good. We can add Yamatos to our hand. We can add stuff like Crane and Crow to our hand to protect ourselves. Even something like Crane with Susanoo can actually go to town. Like, obviously, Susanoo attacking all your monsters once each. If Jeexx has like 3 monsters in attack position, making this a 4800 attacker, absolutely crazy. It's very flexible, it's good, decent body. Very good. And then we have Bujin de Kakutsushi. Kakutsushi is also good. The awkward part here is that it takes 2 level 4 beast warrior type monsters. So you specifically need in this scenario Mikazuchi and Yamato, because both of them have the condition where you can only control 1. You need to have 1 of each to be able to go into Kakutsushi, which makes it more awkward. A little bit better stat line. And then when it's XC summoned, you send the top 5 of your deck to a graveyard, or you enter your deck if less than 5, and then discard case a 100 attack permanently for each Bujin card sent to the graveyard by this effect. Obviously meant to fuel your stuff like graveyard with stuff like Turtle, Quillin, and Centipede. And then if a Bujin Beast Warrior monster you control would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can detach 1 from this instead of destroying one of those monsters. Obviously this is neat if we can get to something like Susanoo, and then we can go Kakutsushi to protect itself and Susanoo, then that's pretty good. But more often than not, like, Susanoo is just a more realistic one, because not needing the 2 specific Beast Warriors Beast Warrior Bujins on the field. That was a long ass deck breakdown. I feel like I've been having those a lot more lately. I'll probably try to stop rambling as much. Obviously, like here, there was more context with the duality and something. I feel like this will make sense. But a couple past ones, I feel like it's just been a lot of rambling and a lot of pointless rambling at that. So I just feel like where I think I've hit like the part where, okay, we're actually getting sub 5 minutes set breakdowns very consistently now. But then I'm just like talking about the decks more. But hopefully you appreciate the extra bit of context that we added here. And so once again, sorry for no face cam because it is heating hot here. But yeah, enjoy the games, and I will catch y'all in the dueling zone next. What is up, ladies and lads, and welcome back to the History Yu-Gi-Oh! A learning journey. This time we're here with Shadow Specters. I already forgot the set. Yeah, and Astral Pack. Yeah, Astral Pack.
Astral Pack
3. I think I last time said AP, so because I forgot what that pack actually was called, and now I'm like, wait. I don't know why, but like the first Astral Pack feels so far away for me for whatever reason. So yeah, I kind of was like doubting myself, like, wait, can it be Astral Pack?
I mean,
but
yeah, it's been like 2 months, right, since the first one.
Has it been that little? I guess it fucks it up because we obviously had that like month period where we weren't playing, so it made different. But
Yeah.
I had this pack, a different one though, not NY, it's NY. I think the color was sick. I think I bought this at a like Italian corner store, like probably closer to 10 years ago. I just thought it looked cool. But yeah, if I lose today again, then I'm just shelving the hats. At that point, it's for two different hats. I can't win. But a prolonged intro. Jeexx, how are you feeling about today? Do you have a pun for us?
There's some shadows in my heart right now. Oh. The specters of my past are coming back to haunt me.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, fuck.
Bro, I swear the Google coin flip has not been treating me too nicely. I think I had a stroke or something there.
I start off this
Do not
set
flip the
by activating
card.
Pot of Greed, which lets me take the top 2 cards of my deck and add them to my hand. And then I would like to normal summon from my hand Noble Knight Mordred, and I would like to activate
They're back.
Noble Arms of Destiny on Mordred. And then I would like to activate the effect of Noble Knight Mordred, which allows me to special summon a Noble Knight monster from my deck if he's the only monster that I control, and then I destroy a Noble Arms card on the field. Yep. I will summon Boars.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's weird. Why is he doing this?
I don't know, but thank you.
Oh, I'll send this to the deck. What the fuck is, there we go. And then I will destroy this thing and then re-equip it using its own effect on Boars. Now, Boars' effect, I will reveal from the top of my deck. This is actually ass, now that I think about it. I mean, it's gonna be, you're just gonna have to use a dice for that. I will reveal
we can just
3 Noble Arm cards. And I will reveal Excalibur.
Yep.
Caliburn.
Yep.
And I don't think that makes sense. That's not really worth it, I think, but let's just put Galatine in there as well.
Yeah, we can just do Excalibur is 1-2, Caliburn is 3-4, and Galatine is 5-6. Let me remind myself real quickly, what did these do? Excalibur was gonna be targeted by card effects. Yeah. Xyz. Okay, yeah. And Caliburn was the first life point. Yeah, okay. This I remember seeing last time, and I think Galatine we also saw last time you played this. Yeah, okay. But yeah, Excalibur 1-2, Caliburn 3-4, and Galatine 5 and 6. And it's gonna be a Caliburn.
I get Caliburn.
Big life gains.
And the rest go to grave. Ba-ba-bam. And then I will actually have a possibility to make a sick play here. Now the question is, do I want to make a sick play here?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I do. But it could be cool though. It could be very cool, very anime.
I
But
was trying talking more like a downtime because editing back the last episode, it was so bad because we were just silent for like literally half the episode. It was so bad. So
well, I think I'll just tribute or send Mordor to the graveyard to spell summon Lancelot using the effect to send a normal like monster from the field of the graveyard.
Yep.
And then I spell summon him, and then I would like to overlay these two for a sacred noble knight of King Artorigus, which is completely different from Artorigus, king of the noble knights, guys. Okay.
yep, and since
then
the Noble Arms goes to grave with that, you'll just re-equip that and the other two from your grave, right? Yeah.
With his own effect, where he says you can draw
Yeah.
up to 3 noble arms. Yeah. And then I would like to actually just pass.
Alright, so can be targeted by card effects. He's 3.2 and one specter cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. This isn't a quick effect, right? You can do this one, target one other. Yeah, okay.
Alright, well, this card would be so good.
I think it's still pretty decent.
I have built my castle. Now it is up to you to destroy it.
Yeah, I mean,
I love Voltron.
I think I myself will fire off my own Pot of Greed to draw 2. And
what does it do? Care to explain?
Nobody knows. Like I think like duelists around the globe have been trying to figure that out for the past like 20 years, but nobody knows, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. One day we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. And well, I think it's funny that you mention a Voltron and playing Protect the Castle, because I think I would like to normal summon Bujin Yamato.
Oh, the inferior light, like X was the archetype. Yeah.
Okay. And then I think that'll be all, actually. Yeah, I think that'll be all she wrote. So I will go to end phase.
Yeah, and then add one.
We will add a Bujin monster and then drop something. And I guess it doesn't really do that much. Yeah, does it, honestly? Well. I think I will grab... I'm kind of thinking between two. I think I'll get Crane to hand, and then I'll pitch from my hand this turtle. And that'll be all for me.
Alrighty then, chat room. I go standby main. I would like to normal summon Boars. I would like to special summon Noble Knight Gawain, because Boars is a normal monster while it has no equips.
Yep.
I would like to do that again. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to make number 104. Masquerade. Who has the effect of during either player's battle phase. When an opponent's monster effect is activated, you can attach one material from this card and negate the activation. And if you do, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. Then, I would like to go into combat. And attack into Yamato.
I wonder... I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah. We'll pitch Crow for this.
Yep. I would like to negate this.
Yep. And then I unfortunately get burned and you don't. Actually, wait. I actually need to check something which is
Yeah.
kind of relevant, potentially. Okay, yeah. I figured as much, but just had to make sure. So yeah, I take 8 hundo and Yamato to the grave.
And you take 1,200 from that.
Yep.
And then I attack directly for 2.7.
Yep.
And then I would like to pass.
I don't think it would have made anything so. Oh my god.
Pottery!
Not exactly.
Kaijus!
I guess, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Okay.
So let's go side for game 2. Alright, lots of changes. We get to go first, which is obviously what both of our decks really want to do, so let's see.
I don't think my deck actually really cares about going first that much.
I think it's still better. I mean, it's obviously better, because otherwise you not have probably gone first, but
yeah.
We now have Tenki from AP3, so thank you. I will use Tenki to grab Yamato.
No. Tenki's broken.
And I will also pop a pot of grief.
What the fuck? This guy's spinning his deck like a madman.
It's pretty funny that thus far we've had like 3 cases of opening hands, all of which have had pot of greed in, which is pretty funny. But yeah,
that is quite amusing.
We will normal summon the Yamato that we added earlier, then we'll proceed to the end phase and I will add to my hand a Bujin monster. And now I'm actually thinking, I have kind of 2 options that I'm thinking here. I do think... yeah, I do think I will add Crow to my hand. And then we will pitch, this time, Quillen. And that's going to be it for me.
Alrighty then. Chat room.
Will we go 4 for 4 with Pot of Greeds?
Unfortunately, we will not.
I don't think it's unfortunate, but yeah.
I don't think you know what is unfortunate for me. I'm gonna check something.
My pain is greater than yours.
My pain is greater than yours.
Bro, I'm playing a mirror matchup, but my mirror is made out of regular glasses. Yours is made out of titanium. Cut me some slack.
I mean, it do be like that sometimes, right? Sometimes you lose games.
Sometimes you do. In some cases, more than sometimes. But I wouldn't know anything about that personally.
I would like nothing more than to actually have the ability to deal with this piece of shit on my field, right? On your side of the field right now.
I personally think Yamato is like pretty cool. He's just there, you know, protecting the forest, protecting the animals.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. I'm gonna normal summon Artorias. I'm gonna special summon Gawain, and then I'm gonna have to think of something Either I go into this and that does these things, and then I can maybe do something about that, but I don't think that's gonna happen because I'm pretty sure that one card doesn't care, right? It doesn't give a fuck about what you have on the field. Wait, no. It, yeah, I can totally do that. I can just overlay these, right? Assuming that you don't have the thing. Do this and then detach one and put that in face down.
Yep.
And then swing into it. And I'm not targeting a Bujin Beast Warrior monster for an attack. I'm targeting a face down monster for an attack.
Yeah. The crow doesn't work. I'm thinking something else, but I think yeah, this is fine.
Okay. Then I set one card and pass.
Yep. Let's start by firing off another tanky. We will grab another Yamato. We will normal set Yamato.
Yep.
Is this okay?
That is okay.
I guess it doesn't matter really. Because I don't think we need to worry about Sky Thunder Zeus for a little longer.
Surely we won't. Surely I wouldn't just be cheating or having a Zeus.
It's pretty. It would be pretty funny if it's like, yeah, we just have a Zeus here. I'll just go into battle and swing Yamato for 2k.
I'll just detach for that and then lose 200.
Yep. Then we'll go main to, and I think I'd probably rather.
No, I'll just let it die. Doesn't matter.
No, fair enough.
Relevant for me.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter for you.
Like the monster being on the field is more of a hindrance than it being off the field.
Yeah, actually, a deck that sometimes can pop off and get a bunch of steers on the field. I'll set one and then I'll go end phase. And is your back row cool with me looking for another Bujin monster?
Go for it.
Yep. I think this time, what did I have in my, it was just Quillen. Yeah, we will add a Centipede to hand, and then we will send Turtle to grave.
Yep.
Yeah.
I go standby main. I activate Pot of Greed. I draw 2 cards.
Yep. Isn't it cool having Pot back on the menu? Shadow Wizard Money Gang, we love drawing cards.
We love drawing cards. Yeah, I guess kinda, sorta, maybe a little. Normal summon. Artorias.
Yep. Special summon going.
I kinda wish I could.
It would be crazy if I had another one of those. I used to think Noble Knights were a cool archetype until I played against it. And I was like, wait a minute, this is just Cleaford Towers for UK dweebs.
You're cring. Stop being cring. I'm gonna equip both of these.
What the fuck is this? Okay, so it's oh yeah, this is no targeted by yeah.
I'm gonna force you to play your negate.
Fucking 2.8k is crazy. I'll do you better. I'll make it 3.6k.
3.6k. That is also acceptable.
Yep.
I hate the fact that I can't do Control A for this. Why does it have to do that? It's 800. There we go. And this guys. And then I simply admit defeat because it's going to take
Yeah.
too long for anything to happen.
And I think I have all the stuff done that I also care about, but unfortunately, because it's like playing Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! I lost the coin flip in game 1, so now we're in game 3, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
my
Isn't
opponent
it
is
cool?
going first.
Isn't it great? Isn't it fun?
It sure is.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna normal summon Boars and equip Destiny on Boars.
Yep.
Resolve the effect of Boars, which is a thing that apparently exists.
Oh, pick it. Oh yeah, because you can just.
Yeah.
always forget the.
Holy shit. Fancy.
Oh.
And then
So
I'm
it
gonna...
added. Wait, it added Caliburn? Yeah.
Yes. You have to decipher that for yourself. That is something that has to be done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the animations are very fast, and I am not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That is fair. That is fair. And then I pass.
Mm-hmm. So Boris is dark level 5. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff shouldn't matter. 3 for 3,
also
baby.
is-
Will fire a pot of greed. Yep.
I got outskilled, ladies and gentlemen. What can you do?
Hey, it's just like the coin flip at the start. And shit. Yeah, that's bad.
One of the things I don't like about Noble Knights is that they're not treated as normal monsters when they're in the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
It feels really weird because there's specific cards for the archetype that like normal monsters. So if you could have them be normal monsters on the field and the graveyard, it would be really good. It would increase the utility of a lot of the cards in the deck.
Oh. What draws me into these archetypes that are like, hey, by the way, this shit is so fucking bricky. Because I mean, this deck is like, you find Yamato and you get to play the game. You don't find Yamato, you're literally a whole deck like falls apart and doesn't function.
Yeah. I will activate Caliburn on my guy, and I will pay 500. Then I will activate the effect of Boris to choose 3 again.
Yep.
This time I will in fact do this.
Skeleton, Caliburn, and Destiny.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
so
then,
Destiny, okay.
Yeah. And then I just swing into this for 2.2.
Yep.
Yeah. Then I activate nothing, I guess. Too high? Doesn't matter. I mean, kinda. No, it doesn't. I'll pass.
Oh god. Not the one-offs.
Yes, the one-offs. Bro, I'm sitting here with 2 of my one-offs. Don't be moaning to me, okay? My guy got pot of greed.
That's what makes it worse. That was make it worse, you know. Getting pot of greed and still being in this situation, you know. That's what makes it worse.
That's fair. That is fair. I have almost named my entire deck. How about you?
This is so awkward.
It's okay. You got this. I believe in you. I'm really glad that they did add a feature that allows you to just immediately resolve Bors's effect, because it used to be such a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, probably. Does he also, like, when you're searching for the stuff, automatically like, limit the stuff in your deck?
No, it doesn't. You
Okay,
still
yeah,
have
yeah.
to
So you
actually
still,
go through it.
yeah, because I was like, if you couldn't like look through your deck, I guess it could be a little bit worse because obviously sometimes you
wouldn't
just
be able
forget
to.
stuff.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell if you have X or Y.
God, this is so awkward and annoying. Does that do enough? I don't know.
I mean, doesn't matter if it does enough at this point. If it does something that prevents you from losing, that is the end goal of this play.
I'm not gonna lose next turn, but you know, anything I can do with my current hand isn't.
You can also just pass and discard a card from your hand.
Or I can not do that.
You can also just discard one.
Normal summon Mikazuchi. Is this okay?
Mikazuchi. Yeah.
Then now the question is, this is annoying, but not the worst. This kinda sucks. What would you set? I'm not sure. Probably just MST, honestly. Sure. We'll use Centipede effect here. And we'll get rid of Noble Arms.
I'm gonna have to point out that whenever you pop a Noble Arms card for the first time in that turn, it will come back.
Wait, I thought it was other.
If this face-up card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one warrior-type Noble Knight monster you control. Equip this card to that target. You can only use this effect of Noble Arms Noble Arms with Destiny once per turn.
This archetype is so cringe.
It's so good, guys.
That's
it loses to Dragon Rulers and Spellbooks 100-0.
God.
But Bujin,
bro, the Arthurian lore has like gradually just lost all of my respect in the span of like a few months. What a bunch of dweebs, whoever enjoys that shit. Fate is cancelled. It's cringe now.
No. Fate has always been cringe. Bro, I got a video for you that you can watch after this.
I'm not gonna watch it.
I saw it earlier and I can't believe this fucking exists. It's real.
Does this now do anything? I guess I can thin my deck for a little bit, but it doesn't do anything. Honestly, I'll still just use Centipede. I'll just pop your set.
Haha, it's my Burst Rebirth, my one-off Burst Rebirth that I play because...
And that's gonna be all she wrote, unfortunately.
Standby main. Pot of Greed.
It is pretty funny to... I realize now that the 2 times I played against Noble Knights, like, it's been, like, some of the worst matchups, like, in, like, throughout the whole series.
It's because, like...
It's almost as if this fucking disgusting degenerate of a control deck was fucking cringe.
Listen here, bud. I'm gonna double check something. Okay, I'm gonna banish from my graveyard Excalibur, and I'm gonna special summon Sacred Noble Knight of King Artorigus on top of my Artorigus, King of the Noble Knights.
You didn't wanna equip them first.
I equip them now because that's how it actually. Yeah, that's how this works.
When this card is XZ summoned,
my brother in Christ, Noble Arms Excalibur, has the effect of when you have a XYZ monster Noble Knight on your side of the field, you can banish it and summon an XYZ summon another one on top of it.
That would... There's not
that's when I
quick effect though.
It's not. No, I'm just doing it because... Read my cards, bro!
I'm reading them, but literally Artorias said when it's you can target, so you didn't do that. That's what I was asking, because I know Sacred can also equip them. I
The
was.
reason why I'm not doing it is because I cannot equip the Caliburn because Excalibur, because I'm going to banish the Excalibur and I can only control one Galatine. So why would I do it there? Because then I would have to pop them and re-equip them on something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to re-equip them because then that if you have something that allows you to pop them, they will get fucked. And then I would
Mm-hmm.
like to also activate this on Sacred Noble Knight of King Artorias.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will detach one to pop this.
All right. Do I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have anything.
And then I gain 500, and I
Mm-hmm.
would like to activate the effect of Boars. Oh,
Yep.
resolve effect of Boars. Choose this, this, and this. And then
So our food here.
and then
Yeah.
combat
Pops. Okay.
2.2
Yep.
and 3.2.
Yep.
Yes, and then I will pass.
All right. Well, would you look at that? So, what is equipped to what? Galatine and Excalibur are on Sacred, and the other two are Boars.
Yes. If Boars gets destroyed, the equips will come back.
Yeah.
If Artorias gets destroyed, Excalibur doesn't come back.
And then this is, yeah. And so, yeah, Boris protects itself once, and the other two are targeted by a fox. Okay. Alright, alright. I guess that doesn't do anything really. I mean, it kind of sets me up, but I don't think it's enough. I think my best bet is to... Actually, I guess this works a little bit. Because... Yeah, well, normal Yamato.
Yeah.
Now remind me, a monster dying when it is equipped, like the equips count as being destroyed then, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let me pop a Bujin Regalia the mirror here. So spell traps and their effects are negated until the end of your next turns, and then this was... I don't think there's any other thing I do here, right? So that does this, then at least... I don't know if it's enough, but I think it's the best I can do. So we'll swing into Turgus, and I do have a crane, so Yamato becomes 3600.
400, and then all of these go to grave.
Yeah.
Sacred's effect activates. I special summon a Noble Knight monster that is level 4 or lower from my graveyard, and I will special summon. Gawain?
Yep. Then main 2, and I don't think I have... You don't have anything else to do here, so I will simply go in phase. I will add... Is there anything here that saves me? Because there's no way you don't have a normal summon. I don't have anything to banish here now. I wonder... Actually, would... Oh yeah, never mind. That doesn't matter. So spell traps. Spell traps are... Or was it only... It was... Yeah, spell traps. Spell traps and their effects are not able to be activated. This attack boost will stay. 26. Yeah, I need to. Is it this or? I think it needs to be. I need something on your turn. I think it needs to be. This is gonna die. I'm gonna take that. God, this. I hate how hard this is. What does this achieve? Achieves that. I think I'm grabbing a turtle and immediately pitching the turtle. Do your worst.
Stand by, man. I'm thinking right now about a specific wording choice, which is really strange.
So you're talking really far from your mic.
Yeah, I'm reading them.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. I just wanted to make sure that you.
Specifically, the fact that the word equip is not activate. So if you have a card that directly says equip a card to this card, it's not activating the spell trap. It is through the effect of a monster that the equip is activated.
Yeah,
it's not
I do
activated, it's
wonder
equipped.
how that would work, because
that's
because like equipping is how you activate the spells, but it's like if you're equipping by other, like, does it always still activate? Actually, I have no idea how that would function.
I can't find a good answer for this. A monster can be equipped with any number of equipped cards, yada yada. Cards that equip themselves target a monster upon activation, and are then equipped to the monster they target upon resolution. So when you equip something directly, it would just be it would just resolve immediately, pretty much. So it's not even activated with the card effect. It's not activated. Wait. There's a specific card in my deck that just immediately says equip a card to this card. And it is not through the spell or trap that it is equipped. And this specifically says the effects of spell trap cards cannot be activated.
Yeah, that's so hard, because like, to me, like, if it equips, then the equip would like be deactivated, because obviously like the spell activates when like you equip it, but it's
But I think it's like for example in Magic, when you play a card that says when you cast a spell, then you can equip a card to this card. Like, for example, you can play an enchantment from your deck to this card. You don't cast it. Like activating and resolving the effect would be casting it, but instead of casting the card, I'm skipping that and it's immediately just.
It's still equipping a spell, right? Not a.
Yes, it is still equipping a spell, but it is not equipping a like. It's equipping a spell card, but it is not activating the equip card. And that's why I'm like looking at this like, how the fuck does this wording make sense?
We have found ourselves in these scenarios a scary amount. It would obviously be easy. I mean, I obviously don't know what the card is, so it's harder for me to look, but it's like I'm just trying to see.
There's no like nothing in relation to these two cards. Like when I Google these two cards, nothing shows up.
I don't think Bujin Regalia the Mirror is too popular of a card, so I don't play with that. Actually, wait. I guess this would this help? There we go. I was literally trying to find stuff, like looking for cold wave, because like cold wave isn't about activating, and it's just like playing and setting spells. So I was like, well, maybe that could help. But literally everything that I can find about like ruling stuff from judges with this is all concerning different like stuff like relinquished or trochoid or like union monsters, which like
Yeah.
bro, we're talking, it's all talking about monsters. Even this like doesn't help.
Okay, okay.
Activate
The current
unions.
errata of Cold Wave is this card can only be activated during the start of May phase 1 until your next draw phase. Neither player can set or activate the effects of spell trap cards. Thus, while the effect of Cold Wave is active, neither player can set spell or trap cards from their hand, activate spell or trap cards from his or her hand, activate spell and trap cards which are set in the spell and trap zone, and activate the effect of spell and trap cards that are already face up on the field, such as the effect of Wave Motion Cannon or equip cards. None of
Yeah, because
these
these they don't
say
list it,
like
which
yeah,
is
directly playing a card onto the field under a different wording other than activate, because like if this was just activate a spell and trap card from your deck, that would be different. But like you can like the fact that you can equip monsters to other monsters
yeah,
means that you can't have it be like you activate the spell card on this card,
yeah.
you just yoink it and you say it's on this card. Now this card is targeting that card, and that's why this is so hazy, because
Yeah,
there's
that's
no.
the thing. It's such a gray zone. It's so, it's hard. Like running into the like exact like the specific thing where actually like, hey, I don't actually care about the equips effect. I literally just want the attack boost here, and
Yeah.
it's like that thing happens to come up. Is so awkward.
I don't even think I have like an equip in the deck that is relevant for that outside of like Excalibur, but because Excalibur also gives the it cannot be targeted by an opponent's card effect, which is important because that's a passive effect that will be applied to the card at all times rather than
Yeah.
yeah, because it's not
It
a continuous effect that activates.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, literally, the mirror in this matchup is literally just like, "Hey, I don't want you playing your equips for a turn,"
Yeah.
and that's literally it's basically here's a like one turn like weird sorts of revealing like where it's like, okay, in this specific matchup, it's there to stall out one turn. Is there another? I'm trying to think. Luckily, these like games themselves have been like so fast that I don't mind us take a little bit on this, and I'm also actually now so interested because it's. I'm trying to think another like similar card that would be. What about this? I wonder if this. Brother, how is there no interactions with this? Let me just see this first, actually.
I'm really confused.
I don't blame you. I'm right there with you. This it's
Does
weird.
equipping count as targeting a card? All equipped spells require you to target a monster to activate them. All equipped spells target, but equipping itself is not targeting. Equipping occurs during the resolution of effect. The card is placed in the spell and trap card zone
Because
and is
like,
sent to the graveyard, yeah? Targeting occurs when the effect is activated. So you could even do this to something that isn't targeting, but that's irrelevant to what I'm specifically looking for. But that's like equip card rulings. But the way that that's worded would also imply that the equipping part of that is the resolution of the card. So you're not even activating it; you're just resolving a. What the fuck is Yu-Gi-Oh?
because,
Fuck this game.
because I'm literally. Where is it?
I have no idea.
Wait. Please tell me. Wait, I might have found something finally related to this. Actually, wait, no, it's a monster too. It doesn't. I was like, oh, God. I thought I found like, okay, it's a discussion where cold wave like prevents you from only using the spell traps effects, but once again the example here, armory arm, a monster card.
Yeah.
It's like
If this was, oh, I'm gonna equip a monster, I wouldn't even
What is
like
it?
ask about it. I would just do it.
Yeah,
And
'cause
there is a monster that I could equip, not with this card, but with like in general. And that is something that will most likely come up in next set, because I'm most likely gonna be playing Noble Knights next set as well. I apologize in advance. However, fuck you.
you should die. I was literally thinking like, hey, at least there's the closure that I think Bujins get something in the next set where, I mean,
Okay.
I
If you're
didn't
gonna
get
play
to play
Bujin's
it in
next
this
set.
matchup, so I can at least like give it another shot. And then it's
Yeah,
like,
if you're
hey,
not-
what if I gave you 3 for 3 with these unwinnable matchups with this piece of shit archetype?
What if I just don't play Noble Knights next set? I'll play it
I
in Primal
mean,
Origin again.
I was gonna say like I think you could still play that at some point. I won't see
I can.
Bujin and at any point after next set. So, if at all possible, I would appreciate that. But I mean, I can't dictate what you do. I'm trying to like see the rest of this stuff because it's like they're it's kinda talking about like borderline cases relating to this shit, but I need to remind me after we're done with the games to add a note because I really want to. I just want to add a timestamp so there's a timestamp in the video for the whole thing where we're actually looking at this stuff because it's going to be a big portion. Set effects.
Fucking losing.
Equipping. I don't care about that. Dimension is treated. When brother, oh, this is insane.
I'm about to give up and just say that it works. Because
I'm leaning to I don't think it works because it's still always a spell, but the equip to me is activating it. But that's the thing. Like it can literally be read both ways, which is what makes it so weird.
Yeah, because based off of how it's being read, because when you activate a card, it is not activated and equipped immediately. It is like equipped after it has finished resolving. The card is not equipped to a monster until the card has resolved. So if your opponent, if you have a card, for example, that says when this card is equipped with a card, it does not get those effects until the spell card has resolved, or the card has resolved. That's an important distinction.
Yeah. Can I? What if I look at this? This is why everyone actually just plays meta stuff. It's not actually that much better than other stuff, but because it's popular, people know how they work. And then where there are new scenarios, it's like, brother, how the fuck does this shit work?
How did this come about? Because, I mean, to be fair, if Cold Wave was legal right now, this would be something that would be coming up quite often. Because there's cards that do this, like from the deck. But those equip spells, not spells, monsters usually. So, but I guess it's the question of if I activate Sacred Knight of King Artorigus, for example, like if I summon this guy, do I get to equip the equip spell cards?
Yeah, because it's like, can I just find something like? Just give me an answer to this. I'm gonna kill myself. I literally was like, oh, let me just see this. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is equipping a spell activating a spell? I get an answer. No, it doesn't count as activating a spell. The answer is to a question. Equip monsters count as activating a spell. I'm going to end my life. Like, I can find so many of the either inverse or always talking about, like, unions or equip monsters. Well, I'm grabbing my phone. I need to take a piss. I'm grabbing my phone, and let's find this thing out. And you know what?
Let's pause the recording.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm going to pause the recording. We're getting back to you when we've figured this shit out. And, we'll be right back. Yeah, I'll do the same. But yeah, after resume the recording, hopefully we have a solution. So we'll be back with you right away. All right, so I told you we'd be back when we have a solution, and literally our solution is we don't fucking know. So at first in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, we screenshotted the current state that both of us have, everything else except obviously like what we have in our deck. I feel like that's like it's random now, it's random then, it doesn't matter. And we're literally gonna play out both scenarios. Like we're gonna play out the scenario as if like Jeexx can equip stuff with like monster effects under Regalia, and then we'll finish the game like that, and then we'll like go another game, go to this state, and we're gonna play it out as if it was the other way around. Which, yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
I will normal summon Lady of the Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Lady of the Lake is a level 1 light aqua tuner with the effect of when I normal summon her, I get to special summon a normal Noble Knight monster from my graveyard. I will special summon Artorias. And then I would like to synchro summon using Lady of the Lake and going in this case, in case I happen to pull some bullshit, and I would like to summon Ignoble Knight of High Lancelot. And using the effect of Ignoble Knight of High Lancelot, I would like to equip a Noble Arms equip spell card from my deck to this card.
Mm-hmm.
Is this acceptable?
Yep, I mean, I have nothing
no negates.
Here.
No negates.
It's literally, if you're targeting my Yamato, that's what I can do.
All right. Banging. Then I would like to overlay Boris and Ignoble Knight of High Lancelot, because Boris is a level 5 and Lancelot is a level 5.
Yep.
To make a... Now, if I had something better than this, I would probably make something better than this, but I will summon Sacred Noble Knight of King Artorias. And everything that is on the field currently goes to the graveyard.
Yep.
Then I would like to activate the effect of Sacred Noble Knight of King Artorias to equip to him a Gallatin, a Caliburn, and a Excalibur. All of which have passive effects that are not activated. They simply are passive. He cannot be targeted, and he gains 1,500 attack points, becoming 3,700, which is perfectly the sweet spot to run over Yamato. But this is not where this turn ends, really, because I'm gonna activate the effect of Sacred Noble Knight King Artorias. I'm gonna detach Ignoble Knight of High Lancelot and pop Bujin Yamato.
Yeah, and this is obviously where I turtle.
Yeah, this is where you negate it. Then I would like to activate the effect of White Dragon Wyver Burster from my hand to special summon it by banishing a dark monster from my graveyard. Boom. And now I special summon it in attack position. Boom. Then I would like to overlay my Artorigas and my Wyver Burster for what would I like to summon in this case? A Maestro Symphony of the Jinn, which I would like to use to turn Bujin Yamato to face down defense position.
Okay, because this is what I was asking. I was asking you, like, are you going to win this turn? And you were going to.
I wasn't sure.
So yeah, this makes it easier, because now we don't need to restart. Obviously, I have nothing here. You can set it, you can swing into it with my stroke, and then I just died to Artorigas. So now we can just, so I don't need to do many things. I just need to know, okay, this is my grave before, so the only thing that changes for me is turtle is back in the grave.
Yeah. So you want to go back to?
Yeah,
what we
let's
had
go
before
back
this?
to like before you did your
But
turn.
you gotta admit, that's kind of a cool play, right?
It involved noble knights, so it's not cool.
Bro, this fucking Kringalord. Oh my god. I had Gawain.
Yeah,
I
so
had
literally the
this
only
in
thing that
hand,
changed is just minus this.
This in hand. Then I had what equips. I had
Excalibur was
Destiny.
the only thing that was
Banished this.
banished, yeah. And you had
Those
11
go
cards?
there.
Yeah, those two. The Boris
Yeah, this is
was
right. And then this
boosted.
goes to extra deck. Boris is 2.2.
And 5 cards in hand, so probably whatever you now have.
This
Yeah, one of the cards that is in your grave should be in your deck. Because, yeah, it
that
was
was
11 cards in
Excalibur.
grave and 21 in.
I will put that.
Oh, yeah, it was the one that you got with Lancelot. Yeah.
Yes. And that's that, yeah. And
Yeah.
then if I can't do that,
Yeah.
it becomes.
Because I was
a
like, I was
little
pretty sure
different.
that if it works, then obviously I'm just dead. So that's why I wanted to see both.
It's still Lady of the Lake
Yep.
into Artorigus.
Mm-hmm.
Then I still synchro. Also, this is supposed to be banished, not in the graveyard.
Oh yeah, because it banned, yeah. Well,
Yeah, and then
it
I
didn't matter
summon-
there, so.
Yeah, I summon Ignoble Knight of High Lancelot.
Yep.
And then I would simply do a similar play where I overlay both of these again. These get popped. I make Sacred Artorigus.
And then you just don't get them back.
Yeah, now I just don't get them back. And then I activate the effect of Sacred Noble Knight of a King Artorigus to pop
And
Yamato.
I banish Turtle for this.
Yeah, then do the same, summon this, and then I just have to do this, and this won't be lethal now.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the biggest difference maker here. I turn this to face down.
Yep. It goes set, and then I'm assuming you're swinging into it with my shock, so I'll just make stuff
And
faster
then
like this.
2.2k damage.
And I'll be at 400.
Just to double check, this doesn't prevent me from setting cards, unlike correct. Does not prevent me from
It's
setting
not.
cards.
Okay, otherwise, it would be just Cold Wave for Bujins.
That's kind of what I was expecting, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I don't think they would.
There we go.
Yeah, okay. Now, this is actually, my rip makes this really interesting. And now spells can be activated as normal because it was until your turn. So if you have quick play, then obviously.
Now you can't activate that card again anyhow.
Actually, wait. Yeah, I guess that would work. So yeah, I forgot that this still works. So I'm doing the well, I think because I think I would rather have that than our target, right? Yeah, your only target is this. Yeah, so I would actually still do this. I'll pitch Raven for when you beat over my thing. So you need the, because my stroke beats over that, right? Yeah. So would you like to let my stroke go, or?
Wait, when a Bujin monster controls this valve with opponent monsters in the group, you can
And you
summon
beat
Spectre
over
and
it with
create
my
a-
stroke. So it's basically just
yeah.
Because this makes things very interesting. Because now I'm faced with a choice. Actually, am I? Wait, am I actually faced with a choice? God, this is so fucking... There's no way. I fucking hate this video game.
Bro.
Oh, this is so silly. Because... That's so funny. Because I can do...
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Because I can do... I have so many things. I literally, I can do so many fucking things here.
I have one card I can really play in any capacity, and it's fucking Sacred Noble of King Artorias. Like, if this thing dies, I get a card back, and then I have a turn.
Yeah. I think... Because the back row... Because if I... yeah, never mind. This is not a play. Yeah, because this doesn't matter at all. Because I do this... You get that back, and then it just kills. Yeah, that actually... Yeah, that makes things way easier. So, because initially I have 2 more things that I can do, but one of the things that I was thinking of, I'm not doing this, but I just want to show you, is I was like, okay,
Yes.
I can have Jaugen, which is obviously now Maestro can't protect stuff, so it pops both things, but obviously since Artorigas gets something back, then it doesn't matter, because whatever you get, like, it can just beat over Jaugen.
No. Jaugen says neither player can special summon monsters.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then it worked. Because I was like, to me, like the Jaugen line that I was thinking was like, I mean, then I'm just banking on you not getting a monster. Because like, I knew you were running the Burst Rebirth. Obviously, you said it was a one-off. I don't know if it was actually a one-off or not. But then it's like, okay, Jaugen, I'm basically like thinking, okay, you don't get something. I have a way to get Yamato. Does it actually do enough? Is the question. But the way to get Yamato is also I would still be gambling. So I don't think it makes as much sense. So I guess we'll make this easier. Not easy because I still need to figure out which one of the things I want to do. But we're going Bujin Carnation.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we would get...
He's gonna get Turtle.
It's actually interesting. I think Turtle is better, basically, because you have 3, so I think it does make sense. So it would be then Turtle and... because it doesn't really matter what I get.
Yeah, the one that you get from here doesn't actually matter because you can just...
Since I'm immediately going, it doesn't matter. If I wasn't immediately going, then like something like Mikazuchi like could matter. But since I am immediately, it doesn't matter. Is the summon of these fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That is.
And then it's a beast warrior or winged beast monster, which obviously limits because otherwise it could have been like something like a Masterstroke of my own. But
I can't believe you can't make Maestro. Oh no.
But now it's the question is, which one of these is better? I think, because this might help me in the long run, but I'm gambling. That's actually so interesting. I think, because both of these technically give me protection. I currently have no protection in the grave. Oh wait, it can.
I mean, you're gonna detach Turtle, right?
Yeah. It DC'd me, and currently I'm in connecting, so I'm like, please let me back in.
No. I can screenshot everything.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm sure the connector screen is taking a lot, brother. There's no way the fucking site shut down this episode.
Oh no, I think I'm also DCing right now.
Did you?
It won't update. No, we're back. We're okay. So fucking
okay,
back.
fuck this. Fuck decision making. I'm not. I'm just going Susanoo. Is this
Susanoo? Okay? Discarding the call cards your opponent controls once each once per turn. Attach one extra mineral. Take one card from your deck. Other at your hand. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's whatever.
Yeah. Then we're getting rid of turn it up.
Banished it.
Apparently, yeah. And then I will send something to the grave. And now there are so many things here. It could be, because like This gives me a pop, but I don't think, assuming I can beat over everything, like that shouldn't be a problem. I could get something to prep me later by adding stuff to my hand. Or I could get, I honestly think the play is to probably get Crane to hand. So I'm doing that. Then I'm firing off a tanky.
Thank you.
Is this okay?
That is okay.
Yeah. And I'm grabbing a Yamato. With tanky. Then
Yamato.
I'm normaling Yamato.
Takeru.
Yamato.
Yeah, that's okay.
Mato. Yep. And then we're going in battle phase. And I will start by swinging a Susanoo into my shock for 1700. So it gets 100 more from Tinky.
1700.
700. Sorry. It's been a long. It's been a long game. Okay.
Well, yeah. I was like confused for him. Like,
And
hold on,
then
what the fuck?
swinging into Artorias.
Let me double check something. I think I have to let this through. Wait, let me double check another thing. This thing is stupid.
When I said last episode we had such a shit episode because we were just quiet, and we at least didn't have that today. That's for sure.
No, fuck it. I don't give a fuck if it works or not. I'll just do it because fuck you. Sacred Noble Knight King. Sable Noble Knight King of blah blah blah.
Yeah, King of Cringe's Con, you take 300, and then you get the special.
Yeah, he's fucking dead.
And you get the special
300, yeah.
Yeah.
I then special summon from my graveyard a
level 4 or higher Noble Knight, which there
will
are 3 options.
Gawain, simply because that way you would have to trade.
But why are you summoning him in attack? Interesting. I mean, Susanoo into Gawain.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Yeah, because he can attack once. That's why I was wondering. Like you obviously whatever.
Then I think.
Yeah, just get it in defense.
No,
right?
Fuck, this sucks. No, it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter what.
Yeah, whatever you get,
you
you just
with a 0 card.
Yeah, it just dies to Susanoo. That's why I was like, it doesn't really matter because I mean, you would probably want it in defense, right? Or it does. Are you say it has to be in attack?
No. There's just other reasons why I want it in attack.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so whatever you summon off that, like it doesn't matter assuming it dies to Susanoo.
Then the question is, do I? No, because if this thing dies, then I can't get that out anyway. But that is still arguably better. Yeah. In fact, I will do this. I will do what I was originally intending to do, which is, and then activate this on the attack to declare Noble Arms of Destiny as the target and Sacred Noble Knight of King Artorias as the target.
Yeah, I have nothing I can do about this.
Spell Trap Zone. I lose 300. Now you... Oh, actually, I don't lose 300 because I already lost the 300.
Oh, yeah,
and now,
you did that.
Now you get to swing with Yamato. Or actually, you can also just pop the Crane right now for more damage.
Or I instead do that with Yamato on Crane, so I actually get rid of Artorias.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll swing this, and then I'll pitch Crane for this to make it 336.
And that's actually I lose. Wait, is it?
It was
original,
20,
so I still gain 100 more. Yeah.
22. So you would lose 14. Wait, where do you get the 100?
Because I think it becomes.
Yeah.
Wait, no, wait.
Isn't Crane is original? Fuck. Yeah. So
Crane doubles it, but I'm thinking like does Tinky actually?
So it's,
it's
37. It's 37.
Yeah.
Because my bad. And then whatever you would summon of Artorias, I would just beat over that.
I cannot summon anything off of it because of the effect of Swords at Dawn.
Yeah, oh yeah, true. I mean,
That's why it doesn't
it
make
wouldn't matter
okay.
anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then we go end phase and Yamato effects.
Yeah.
And I'll just get, I guess, I have a turtle. Wait, turtle isn't the, turtle isn't the once per turn. I'll grab a turtle in that case. I didn't.
It is a fairly strong card.
It is.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's so funny to look at this and be like, literally, we were thinking literally for like half an hour or something like which way they would go, and it's two very different scenarios.
Yeah.
By the way, I also did drop like a post asking about the specific interaction in Yu-Gi-Oh 101, but it's not super popular of a subreddit, but it's still pretty popular. So we're probably not getting an answer. I've been looking here and there, like if there's an answer, but we're probably not getting it during this. But there's still a chance that we get. So that would be 100.
No, it's not. It's even.
Actually,
but
wait.
Destiny.
Yeah, but let's do one off. That's Destiny gone. I don't think I can afford to let Yamato go. Is the problem. So I actually think I'm popping Crow on this. So you take 950.
950. And the 9 meter?
Yep. God fucking damn it. If literally anything else.
I don't think you're in a bad position right
Yeah, no, it was just like I draw literally anything that isn't the card that I just drew, and I probably win the game. And it's not a card that I have many of, is the problem here. Okay, so my grave is 2 turtles. You reap what you sow, I guess, because this is not what I want to have here. I mean, I guess I'll do this. We'll grab something with Susanoo.
Mm-hmm. Just to make you aware, I have not drawn a single one of my play starters this entire game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if both of us drew even like close to equal, I should have never any chance in this matchup.
Yeah.
Because like we're playing similar decks, but your deck is just way better in every single regard than my deck. So, yeah, that's the game that we play, I guess. I actually wonder because that's the greedy, like giga greedy. Actually, I mean, there's a way that I make that work, but the issue is also like if you find actual playmakers, then I just explode. So I think this is probably the play where I'll grab Quillen with Susanoo. I'll a normal set Quillen. Then I'll go to overlay these two. And this is where it gets interesting. Wait. Does it get interesting? Do I actually get to use this card? This is safer, but actually, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Does it make sense? It's so greedy. Actually, wait. Oh yeah, this doesn't work because I have this. Okay, well that makes my life way easier. I'll overlay these two for a. I want to make sure. Yeah. For a black ship of corn.
Mm-hmm.
I will detach one to send Gawain to grave.
Yeah.
To burn you for 1,000 and then Susanoo for 24.
25.
25. It's been a long day. It's been a long... And yeah, nothing here. And back to you.
Gamba.
I'll literally crank this to like, whoa, I almost put my Susanoo to 24,500 attack. If after all of this you reveal actually you were lying, you have more rebirth, and that's why. Actually, wait, you don't have life.
I would have acted rebirth last.
Yeah, that's true.
Like far before this.
Yeah.
Because I could have used Sacred Noble under King Artorias to try to maybe do something, but that doesn't work at all. Because you can just swing over with Susanoo.
I appreciate you are pronouncing it the right way.
Susanoo. No, there isn't anything that I can do about this. Mostly because of the fact that I did not draw a single one of my play starters.
I also drew Pot of Greed in all 3 or 4 games.
My brother in Christ!
This? Oh, that's funny. Honestly, deserved. And would you look at that, a second burst rebirth.
I lied.
I respect it. I respect lying.
I also added a second copy of Later the Lake for the second game.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect any less from a Noble Knights player, so I respect it.
And I also got rid of all my MSDs because I said, fuck you. I don't need these.
It's fair. It doesn't do a lot in this matchup, but until we get a confirmation how the stuff works, that is the first ever 2-2 in the history of this game. Also, look at my hand. It's beautiful.
Man. I was really hoping you were just going to drop Jaugen and I'm going to drop Swords at Dawn and prevent my Artorias from getting plopped in and then
Yeah, I mean, Jaugen was like by far the riskiest play, so that's why I didn't do it. Because it's at that point, like, I'm banking on you not drawing a monster, because any monster kills me, so. But yeah, my choice, when I was like contemplating stuff, I was thinking like, do I go Corn or do I go Kakutsushi? But Kakutsushi is specifically Beast Warrior types, so obviously because I wanted the Quillen for protection, like, I didn't get another Yamato, so. Obviously it could have, because it could have mill stuff to have as protection, it would have been bigger, and also it can protect but itself and Susanoo twice, so it would have been the safer play, but finally Corn did something. But holy fuck. Bro, I'm genuinely, like, literally, I'm exhausted.
That's fair. I think we had a fairly long match, which had a lot going on, arguably. So
when did we start? Actually, wait, I can check. When did we start recording? Let me check, because the video file... Actually, wait, I think the video file is when it ends. Is it? Actually, I'm not sure. Oh, no, wait, is it? That's like half past 5? It sounds right.
that's not even that long ago.
I mean, it was 10 minutes, so it could have been like, yeah, it was 16:25 or 16:35, which was 90 minutes total. So this recording has been almost half an hour, and then we had a 40-minute thing and a 10-minute thing. So how long was our pause? I mean, we were thinking like before I paused that shit for a long time. So I think the pause was wait, what would that then be? Like 10 minutes, give or take? Something like that. But yeah, honestly, I don't know what to say.
I got robbed.
You got what you fucking deserve, you bastard.
Quite legitimately, this has to be the worst
I mean,
it's ever been.
I mean, yeah, but also, if you look at the names of these cards, it's Karmic Justice, I think.
I don't know, buddy.
What was your set card, by the way?
It's a Noble Arms that is specifically here for the situation where I can use Mordred.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was kind of half expecting you to go into Centipede at some point, just to pop that, which I think would have been the right play. Because the reason why I set this card was because I wanted you to not blindly MST my swords at dawn.
Mm-hmm.
So I
And
set
yeah,
three
like
cards. And
earlier you had 3 sets when I was contemplating the centipede, and that's why I didn't blind it, because it was literally like 1 out of 3. Okay, what am I hitting here? I'm getting rid of something, but 1 out of 3, like blindly just using the centipede doesn't really make sense. And in that position, like I was in an okay position. I think that's that's when I grabbed another turtle, and then like afterwards, like me getting Quillin or whatever, it was literally just like, okay, I get centipede, I pop the last thing, and then you're left with nothing with 2 cards in your hand the next turn, or I get Quillin, and whatever happens. So it was, I don't know. I don't think like after their first pick, where I think picking turtle was the right choice, because blindly shooting 1 out of 3, I feel like it was the right thing to do. But yeah, this has been a long episode. But yeah, did you want to play Noble Knights again next time? Because I mean, 2 episodes in a row, the exact same archetypes does not sound too fun.
I think I'll pass purely on the fact that it's going to be the same archetypes again, and I don't think that's going to be fun for the viewers.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Like, it's the matchup is particularly interesting, and it being literally the exact same stuff. What else is that? What was the name of the next set?
It is Legacy of the Valiant.
Legacy of the Valiant. Yeah.
Legacy of the Valiant.
Oh, I have this shit zoomed. 2013 still, right? No, Shadow Specters was actually the last. Yeah, so Legacy of the Valiant is gonna be our first of 2014. Because I think I went through this and I literally. There's Photon Charge Man for photons. Like, yippee. I couldn't care less about Sylvans. Like, I established earlier, like, Ghost Tricks just didn't. Fun. There's some great keeper stuff, but it's just like. If there was more stuff for like monarchs, and like you wouldn't just struggle with building that because Mobius is here, I could have seen myself like being like, actually, it's only 2 card. I think I looked at that right. It's literally 2 because there was 1 trap and then Mobius, right? Oh wait, there's 3. Okay, it's the first monarch. It's Monarchs Awaken, and then it's Morbin.
You know, the fact that a single Mordred would have ended on this board is kinda
cringe. Yeah,
kinda nutty. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
I would use a different C word, but yeah,
it's kind of wild.
It is funny though how like literally like just playing against the deck twice has like completely flipped my opinion on the archetype, where I was like, hey, it's pretty neat, and now I'm like, bro, it's so fucking annoying. I guess it doesn't help my case, like the both times being these like awful matchups, but
yeah, I think that's a big part of it, where like the fact that your deck is just an inferior version of mine this time around, and the previous time it was like, I'm gonna deal with your monsters, but I don't have good spell trap destruction.
And then it's like, hey, yeah, I would like to set all of my different fire formations and then use them. There's like, what if I pop all of your spell traps every turn?
I pop 3 at once. How about that? Fuck you. That's how. That's what.
Yeah, I don't. Man. If there was like anything to like make monarchs able to be like run here, then I guess like I could do monarchs, but it just there's literally nothing here, so I think it is gonna be another one of these for me. That is once again like if you're fine, because like I said, I don't want to force you to play.
I will figure something out, don't worry.
All right. I mean, if everything else fails, you were thinking of Goshi out of the one point, and what's going from one deck that doesn't want the other person to play to another?
Wait, you want to play Bujins, right? Yeah.
I mean,
Would
you know,
be
this
kind of
one
unfortunate if somebody dropped the Necro Valley, wouldn't it? Huh?
sure would. I mean, you know, at this point, it's like I've gone through one terrible matchup, and if it's gonna be like both of us had a thing we wanted to play,
I know
and
what I'm playing.
I end up being the one who gets to play the thing that I initially wanted to play, I guess it's fair that you have the information of knowing what I'm playing. If you want
I
to go
know
Great
exactly
Keepers, it's
what I'm
better.
playing.
I mean, it's most of the matchups here are bad. I wonder how good Bujin was like at this point in time, because it's like,
Bujin is fairly good overall. Like Bujin isn't a
I
bad
mean,
archetype at all.
it's good. I was thinking like for the time, it just feels like a lot of stuff coming out is like not a good matchup.
Yeah. Like
Wait, what was there was you linked me the one like website at some point that had like stuff. I
format.
wonder, is it format library?
Yeah, that should be it. Format library.
Yeah,
2014
because
format.
so
Which
this September.
is
So Firewater is January 2014. Yeah, Bujin is played here.
Firewater.
So it's Firefish, Gerga, Fire King, Mermail, Spellbook, Bujin. Okay.
Bujin is fairly strong.
Yeah, I
Like
mean, I
especially
know.
when you combine it with all the good support cards, like the generic cards.
Yeah, I know it's
Like
good, and that's like another. Obviously, next time, like I would have Tenki, which obviously did a lot.
yeah.
I can't believe, by the way, like still at this point, like Tenki is a 3.
You could have played Duality. Now that I think about it. Pot of Duality is a legitimately
Oh
good
yeah,
card
Duality is actually
for
really good in
Bujins.
this. That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That
didn't.
would have been a really good inclusion, because that would have meant that you have way more consistency.
Yeah,
On
that
top, like
definitely was something that had over myself, because I definitely had stuff that I could have placed with as well, and bro, a single part of what was it, Dichotomy, giving me 3 duality and 3 greed in a Bujin
yeah.
deck. Yeah, that's actually crazy. But yeah, that's definitely something that I just completely forgot about, because obviously, like, basically every time you just want to, okay, I'm normal Yamato, and that's it.
Yeah.
So duality just adds a lot there. So that's definitely an oversight. But yeah,
Okay.
God. But yeah,
Next set is gonna be fun. I'm gonna say that outright.
I mean,
It's gonna
it
be
can't be worse than this.
bro.
Unless you're like, is that a
Unless
challenge?
is this a challenge? Are you asking me to make it worse?
I mean, do what you want at this point, because pirate
I
is
have
free. You are a pirate.
I have the perfect deck. No.
Anyways, I think we're gonna get out of here. 6M players actually deserve some rights, because at least they don't play Noble Knights. That shit is cringe as
True. At
fuck,
least
and
they
you're a
don't
dweeb.
spend 16 years comboing into their bullshit Omni Negate trash. Oh wait, they do.
How dare you play this game to play, you do cool plays instead of, hey, I summoned this old dude, give him 5 swords, and you don't get to play the game.
It's literally what 6M does, except they don't give him swords. He just sits there and goes like, no, no, no.
Hey,
And then you summon the
you
other
get
guy who's like,
one.
you
You
can
get
only
one
do it once.
activation.
Fuck that
But
card. And
yeah,
then you have the Omni Negate in the back row that's just like, no.
I feel
No.
honestly, I think I'm winning. Even on the merit that we got to like a comparison between Noble Knights and 6Ms, and I'll take that as a dub. But yeah,
Guys, delusional.
rather delusional than a Noble Knights player. Anyways, you wanna send? Oh wait, I almost forgot. Please tell me you had number 106, Zahando.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
In fact, I got 2 of them.
Well, would you look at that?
No.
I can't believe both of us have 2 hands.
Hey.
Awesome. Well, we can use those to handshake and agree that both of us are assholes. And
Fucking
send us
cringe.
off, Jeexx. We'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys, where I'm gonna be playing something super cool and interesting that we haven't seen in quite some time. It is a deck that is very close to my heart, and it's gonna be a very fun matchup because it's gonna have a lot of interaction going for it. So, see you guys next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Okay, you didn't have to go that far. If you made it this far, leave a comment. Jeexx is cringe, and we'll catch you next week. So have a good one, y'all, and bye bye.